Welcome back, everyone, to the Complete Pineleaf. We are back here in the Merry Swan with three noble warriors who are reminiscing about the past before they head into what would inevitably be a nasty battle. What do you say about that?
Our walls will protect us.
Is this truly the companion of our youthful wine? My eyes tell me so, but my tongue calls it liars. So you don't think that really is the proper cheese? Well, sorry about that. What do you say about the cheese?
Will those horns? Do the horns sound?
It is tart, or perhaps merely bitter, and yet mellow, or perhaps not so mellow as bland. Oh boy. No one likes the cheese that I chose, right? For long?
Tonight, wine, food, and friends. Tomorrow, come what may.
I will confess, this is not how I remembered it. No, it is quite different. Well, since I didn't know the exact making of the cheese, I could have made an error there. What do you say about that?
Come, my friends, come!
Well, my dear friends, if we've learned something tonight, it is that in drink old friends stay true. In taste, they may differ. Let us wash away that unfortunate taste with another drink of Baron's blood. Well, what do you say about that?
Greetings, friend.
But now we have our wine and our regrettable cheese. Finish your tale, Forlong. You had so many bottles of Baron's blood under your coats, and what then? Hmm. Ping, 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 back and forth.
What say you, my friends?
Why, old minister, the last master of the burg stumbled across us. It was blind luck, and very bad at that. He knew at once we were the ones who done it, and he set to chasing us, waving that iron cane he went about with at us most menacingly. In fact, he swung it at my head and nearly took it off. To this day, there is a mark against the stone that it hit instead. What do you say about that?
Will those horns? Do the horns sound?
Ah, now you go too far. I will not allow such a wanton claim to stand. Someone must be sent. You, Hobbit, you will go on the street and show this for a braggart sty. It was just north of the pier, Forlog, was it not? Against the alley columns? Yes. Will you go there and see? All right, just north of the pier, against the alley column. Whatever that means, just north of the pier, against the alley column. I am now just north of the pier. Now I need to find the proper column. Hold on, what's this? You can clearly make out the mark that Forlong spoke of. Yes, there is a mark here. Right at the auction house. How about that? Ooh, that's quite a mark! Admittedly, I have no idea how old that mark is, but there is most definitely a mark. So what do you say about that?
Greetings, friend.
The mark can be seen? And you swear to it? Well, I can't shout at the sun that it is night, can I? Well, it's probably poor timing for that particular analogy. But we interrupted ourselves mid-tale. Please, carry on. Yes. Let's hear the next part of this tale.
Come, my friends, come, come.
Well, as I was saying, there we were with some bottles of wine tucked in our arms, but I, for one, had also a hat, bread, some flowers, and a small rolled up rug. Alright, well, a hat shouldn't be too unusual. Bread, well, if you're going to steal wine, I guess you're going to have some bread too. Some flowers. Why? I don't know, unless you were not sure why you had the flowers on top of that, and a small rolled up rug. Well, maybe you're planning on a picnic or something? I suppose that's possible. Oops, sorry about that.
Our walls will protect us.
Hold, hold! This is too much! Confess, Furlong, for now you have embellished. Ah, I know that set of the jaw. You stand by your story, do you? So be it. Fred Warden, as you have not wandered off, I wonder if you will settle another quibble. Can you find such things as these and bring them here? Surely they can all be found somewhere in the circle. What did you say, Furlong? It was a hat? Well, you can put that on your head. Some bread? Alright, you're trying to carry the bottles that are under your coat in addition to some bread. Well, it's maybe about the size of a bottle. Hopefully, it has paper around it. Some flowers. That's one that I'm having trouble with. And a small rug. Well, maybe the small rug is carrying the flowers, or maybe the bread is also in the rug. I don't know. All right. Let's see if we can find a hat, some bread, some flowers, and a small rug. This looks like a small rug. Hmm. That looks like it could be a bit of a stiff small rug, which wouldn't have been able to roll it up around something, but it'll have to do. And maybe Forlong will amend his statement if he sees a rug that's too stiff, right? Now, let us head on this way and see if we can find any of the other objects. Ah, here are some flowers. Why there are flowers here, I have absolutely no idea, but there are some flowers here. Maybe they're put at the foot of the statue as a dedication. I hope that king doesn't mind my taking them then. I suppose it will depend on his opinion about wagers. Let's see, how about... well, there's some bread. I don't know what the person who is about to eat at the table will say about me taking the bread, but that's an entirely different matter. Ah, the clothier's market should be a good place to find a hat, right? Yeah. But as I said before, a hat will naturally go on top of the head. So I could see him carrying a hat on top of all the other stuff. In fact, he might have been using the hat as a disguise to make it easier to make a getaway. I doubt it was a very effective one, though. I found the items you requested.
Our walls will protect us.
How marvelous! You've brought the things. Now we will put it to the test. Can you walk from here to there and carry these? I do not even ask you to run. Alright, I will pick up. Seeing how I just carried all of this stuff from here, and besides, I am well, a quarter his size. Alright, pile of things. And I need to carry this to... where? Ooh, well, I did say that I'm a bit small. Don't ask me how I carried it in the first place to get here.
Minas Tirith will surely be able to withstand an attack from the enemy, won't it?
Oh, this is a mess. I'm sorry, friend. For long, we see through your plans now. You fed us one truth in hopes that it will swallow the lie. But tell me, even if you could bear all of that in your arms, why in Isildur's name would you? Oh, well,
What say you, my friends?
why to woo the heart of my Vanialos? Oh, do not give me such frowns, you goats! None of us have forgotten the procession of maids swooning over you, Heroine, nor that tale of climbing the circle wall with what was her name? That one maid with the dark hair.
Were those horns? Do the horns sound?
That was an invention of the minstrel Athling, and what is more, I think you know it, though I hold that she spread the tale with as much relish as the minstrel ever did. Ah,
Come, my friends, come!
I doubt it not, Heroine. The maids ever fell under your cold spell. Oh, awful thought. Though, now there was a minstrel of uncommon gifts, and a bit of a mischief maker too, wasn't it? But who would not forgive words so sweetly sung or deftly penned? Of war he sang, and kings of old, and flowery veils, and shepherds' pipes, and fair-eyed maids. You, Nelder, you have lived in Minas Tirith all this time. Does he live and play still? You know not? I must learn of his fate. My good hobbit, may we lean upon your goodness once again? Will you go into the fourth circle and learn what became of Athling Master Minstrel? Athling Master Minstrel. Well, I know he's not the Master Minstrel anymore because didn't we already talk to the Master Minstrel? And if I remember correctly, the current Master Minstrel is a she, thus certainly not going along with the story. What do you think? That I write about sweaty rags and. Oh! This guy? Maybe he will know?
The enemies of men approach. I hope you are prepared.
Athling? Why, I knew him well. Perhaps better than most, though I have not seen him in many a year. I will tell you something I remember of him. Sometimes, after a night of drinking, merriment, and song, he would confess to me that though his heart burned bright, there was a well of sorrow in it too, and that ever wrestled. Sorrow for what? He would never tell. And then, sometimes, he would tell me he meant to fight the sorrow and love all the world until he knew his time had come. And then how sweet his life would be. That is what he told me. All right. Well, maybe someone else has more information? What of the master artist? What does she know?
Minas Tirith will hold. I'm sure of it.
How many times have I heard Athling the minstrel's name spoken? There are many tales told of that man. Why, that patch of green across the way over there was his favorite place to perform. They say the night air filled with his harp as he stood there and played the sweet melodies to the stars. All right. And one more I need to find. I spoke with a poet and an artist. What about a minstrel? Hello? If you're,
Minas Tirith will hold. I'm sure of it.
if you're looking for Athling, you have missed him by 10 years. Though, for what it's worth, I have heard he died with a glass of wine in his hand and a song in his lips. Well then, that means that he is still not around? Or maybe that's not a right way of putting it. He is not still around might be a better way. I'm afraid that he passed on 10 years ago.
Come, my friends, come, come!
Ah, so Othling lived a good life and died a willing death? Truly, that is the wisdom of old Westerness. Let us honor him and raise our glass. You too, friend Warden. You've earned your place, I think. All right, raise your glass. Oh, okay. Here, it's more of a bottle, I'd say. To youth and also to age, to life well lived, to Othling.
What say you, my friends?
And look, we've drained this bottle of Baron's blood. Why, friend, I know what you should do. You should run and place it on that stone that he loved as a tribute to his memory. Yes, that's just the thing. All right, return to Althan's favorite spot, and that will be the place across the way from the master artist. This seems to be the area. I think he liked to play around here. Where is the best spot to go? On this lawn, I believe. Here's Offland's favorite spot to sing. Alright, let's place down the bottle. You place the bottle reverently at the stone's base. Well, close enough. Bottle placed.
Tonight, wine, food, and friends. Tomorrow, come what may.
That's good. We did well to honor old Offling. Well, does that mean we're done with our conversation?
Come, my friends, come, come!
I guess not. Tell me, friends, were things so very grim back then, as they are now? For that is not how I recall it. Or perhaps, being less in stature and wisdom, we did not look beyond the city's walls. It's a happy thing, is it not, to see no further than your own strong walls? Ah, but then wanderlust comes over you. Why, Othland himself sang of sweet, sad song of the subject. I hardly think of a harp more fairly fingered, or words more surely put to melody. How did it go? When dawn went over the mountain. No. Here, Llewyn, help me here, help me. Well, what do you say?
Well, well.
There was dawn, and restless feet, and something to meet. I'm afraid those are all that I can muster, old friend. Nell dear, can you remember? No? Well, what does Nell dear say? No, he's not even going to try.
Come, my friends, come, come!
What? We have drunk in his memory and then forgotten his songs? Should people say Othland was a drinker and not a master songsmith? This is an insult that cannot be endured. Do not look at me like that here, Llewyn. I have not drunk my fill, nor am I anywhere near done with drinking. And I shall be ready with my axe, a match for any foe, now or the bottles hence. Even with the clasp on my armor unmended. Oh, well, actually, the clasp on your armor has been mended and should be delivered shortly. Now, where was I? The song must be recalled. Recalled and sung. Most helpful, Warden. You must find remembrances. Yes, rememberers. All right, perhaps the barkeep here will know a line, or Golasgill, or old Oglerang? Bariel the master hostler? Someone must know! Well, I suppose someone must know. I guess I'll start with the barkeep since he is the closest here.
Our walls will protect us.
Oh, that song about Wanderlust. Why, yes, I've heard it. I've heard Othlan sing it many a time. How did it go? I'll fly away, I will not stay, seeking fortune, love, and war. That's as much as I can recall. I'm afraid the rest is, well, not even a memory. Ah, I found the master hostler.
Dark skies, dark tidings.
Yes, I remember Othlin, though I was but a girl, and I know the song as well. I'll fly away and further roam, but I will never turn back home. No, I shall. Is that how it went? Well, I've recalled some of it at least. It's been a few years. A few years. Now, let's see, I need to ask a couple of more. Ah, let's see if the Master Smith remembers anything.
We won't let our city fall.
I can indeed recall the song. The melody is as clear in my head as if he were here. But the words? Well, no, I can't muster a single one, huh? How memory betrays a body. Well, I can remember the melody perfectly. It's the lyrics I keep on forgetting. Maybe the Lord of Unfollis remembers something?
With the women and children gone, this city truly is a grim place.
The song Athlin used to sing of wandering, how that casts me back many a year. Over the mountain, sun comes rising, find himself his home despising. No, I'm afraid I have no more than that. Oh well. Apparently, nobody knows it. It appears that no one remembers all the words, just bits and pieces.
Tonight, wine, food, and friends. Tomorrow, come what may.
Ah, yes, my friend. I think that is enough, though. Let me see. When over the mountain sun comes rising, with stirring heart and restless feet, I'll find myself this home despising, and yearn for distant lands to meet. I'll fly away, I will not stay, seeking fortune, love, and war. I'll fly away and further roam, but I will never turn back home. No, I shall wend back there no more. No more, no more, no more, no more. There! Ah, so sad and sweet. There were other verses, of course. Love was won and lost, battles and fortunes too.
Were those horns? Did the horns sound?
That was a fine song, and it was just so that we went off to war, you and I. He sang of us too, didn't he? Standing by Thorngil's side in the breaking of Umbar. Though, now that I come to think of it, he sang mostly of Thorngil and of Umbar's breaking. Still, we are named. Ah, well, yeah, there is that.
What say you, my friends?
Named? Ha ha! That makes it sound as if we merely stood about. We fought by Thorngil's side, Hirluin and I, and weathered the thick of it, far off into the south. Now, I do not wish to be unfair. The stratagem was Thorgil's, and never, I think, was there a finer swordsman or a faster walker. Well, yes, that's why they call him Strider sometimes. Anyway, but all the same, we had our own deeds worthy of song. Tell them, Hirluin, how I took the sorcerer's standard and with it struck him down as he stood there chanting foul thing. Well, I thought they were winding down, but apparently they still wish to go on. So we'll have to see about this more in the next episode of The Complete Pine Leaf.